Welcome back to Relic Gun Adventures. So, I've managed to hang on to the PARD DS35-70 for a little bit longer, and that was just enough time to discover one or two things that I didn't mention in my first look video. I've also got some footage from the scope itself for you, both at dusk and in the dark. Now, one of the things that I mentioned was the rubber eyepiece, which when screwed in gives you the perfect eye relief. It's also quite good for stopping that reflection or that lighting of your face when you're laying in the dark. But also, the amount of adjustment that you have is a lot more than you might expect. There's at least 50mm on here, possibly more. So there's an awful lot of capability within the scope itself. That's a lot of room there, so that's pretty good. Another thing I didn't mention was that it does have, actually I'm going to show you, I'll just do this back up and I'll actually show you. So where the charging port is, there's the usual rubber type door to form a waterproof seal, which is just here. That's the little flap, and when that's back in there, you've got a charging port, room for an SD card, and a micro HDMI connector, so you can connect this to a TV screen or to a computer and actually play it back on a big screen. The other point to make is when you look through the scope, what you see is a circular image because it's a circular screen in there. When you record and then play that back on a computer or a TV or a phone or whatever it is you use, what you get is a rectangular image because the round image is created by the round screen. But when you record video back here on the motherboard, you get the raw rectangular image. So when you see the video of this recording through the scope, aside from the fact that it's much better quality than the terrible footage that I put on the original video, which was to show the circular screen and how good it looked in twilight or dusk, it's also square or rectangular, but that isn't what you see in the end here. I also put the laser rangefinder on towards the end of one of those videos, just so you can see it working, and it's pretty much bang on. I'm sure I mentioned it, but there is a really good size throw lever on the front here, which is excellent, really good. Now, there is a downside to all this. Although I love this and I think it's probably the best digital scope I've ever seen and one of the best scopes I've used, it does have sound recording functionality, apparently. Well, it doesn't really. The thing is, the microphone is mounted on the motherboard, and that's inside this thick aluminium housing, which is IP rated, so it's watertight, and therefore it's pretty much airtight as well, which means that it doesn't really record. It records the sound of the buttons operating internally, but if you're speaking or there's other noise going on, it doesn't really pick it up. So from a sound recording point of view, the PARD DS35 isn't so good. To be absolutely honest, that's not a deal breaker for me, and it won't be for an awful lot of people, because I'm not using it to record sound, I'm using it to record images. Anyway, that's enough. Let's have a quick look at some actual scope footage from this, initially at dusk and then in pretty much pitch black. I'll be right back. So this is at dusk, and the beehive is about 55-60 yards from where I'm standing. This is close to pitch black, and that tree is somewhere between 70 and 60 meters, I would guesstimate. So you'll see from that it's pretty good quality. Now it's rated, I'm told, and I've read, at 2K, and I've got no reason to disbelieve that. I did notice in the comments on the first video that somebody said that wasn't the case, so I went away and checked, and it does actually say it's 2K resolution. What you see on the screen may not be 2K resolution, but to be honest, I can't tell. My eyes aren't that discerning. It just looks like a really good, sharp, clear, high quality image to me. So maybe it's to do with the playback quality or the recording quality. But even so, I still think that what you see with the scope is incredible. Now, I've said a lot of the things that I need to say. I've probably said them more than once. So I'm going to just wind this up and get out of the way, because I'm sure that nobody wants me to waffle. So thank you very much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. As I always say, it's a big thank you to all those that have subscribed and all those that do. It makes a massive difference and it keeps me going. It's why I do this. So thank you again, and I'll see you all in the very near future. Bye for now.